This is the story of William Crawford, and I guarantee you it's not in the book. Virginia frontiersman born around 1722. He's a surveyor. He's a soldier. He's tight with George Washington. Has been for years. Him and George served with Braddock together on Braddock's fucked up expedition, buying up land in the Ohio Valley. He's one of the men who signs the Treaty of Fort Pitt back in 1778. First written treaty by the United States with a Native American nation. It was a big deal. Historic moment. Piece of paper. Lasted about as long as a gym membership in February. March of 1782, Pennsylvania militia rolls into a Delaware settlement called Gudenhausen. I'm sure I butchered it. These aren't raiders. These aren't warriors. These are Christian converts. They were starving. The only reason why they came back to the village is to pull whatever corn was left standing in the fields. Around the same time, a completely different group, a Shawnee and Wyandot war party, hits some settlements in Pennsylvania, kills some settlers. The war party had nothing to do with Gudenhausen. The militia shows up there hunting for whoever did that raid. They almost let everybody go, but like a scene out of a movie, one of the militiamen recognizes clothing that had belonged to a settler's wife killed in the recent raid. That piece of clothing became the entire case. There wasn't any confessions. Everything depended alone on that dress. They decide that these unarmed, starving, praying Christian people are all guilty. They hold a mock trial and then will proceed to kill men, women, and children. Nearly 100 people. This was a straight-up fucking massacre. There's no spin on it. A few months later, the frontier wants payback for the raids that have been happening, and Crawford gets picked to lead the response. 500 volunteers. His target, some Delaware and Wyandot villages near Sandusky, Ohio. Some of the men marching under Crawford were the same men who were part of the whole massacre at Gudenhausen. Gudenhausen. It wasn't an army marching into the quiet valiantly. No, this was what we in the industry like to call receiving a receipt. They run into a combined force, Wyandot, Delaware, Shawnee, and British Rangers backing them all up. Crawford's men hold their ground for a day, then the British reinforce. Crawford makes the call to retreat the next night, and in the chaos of pulling back in the dark, Crawford gets separated from his own men. Probably the worst possible night to lose your squad, but here we are. He gets captured. And what happens next is documented by a man named Dr. John Knight, a survivor who was there and lived to write it all down. If you're squeamish, go somewhere else. This is the part where you need to go make food. Crawford gets tied to a post. Roughly 70 charges of gunpowder then are poured around his bare skin and lit, one after another. His ears are cut off. He's prodded with burning sticks. His feet are burned. Hot coals are thrown on him. And this goes on for close to 2 hours before he's finally burned at the stake. June 11th, 1782, that is the end of William Crawford. And see, before you say, oh, for shame, I can't believe they did that. This wasn't some act of random cruelty. This was 100% retaliation, point for point. The Delaware were done extending any mercy whatsoever, good for them, to anyone associated with that massacre. And the way it turns out, Crawford was leading men who were. He wasn't. He was in no way part of it. But he sure did end up paying for it. So the next time somebody tells you the American frontier is a story of cowboys and cavalry and clean lines between the good guys and the bad guys and all that stupid shit, I mean, this is one of those stories you can always fall back on. William Crawford got tied to a post paying in fucking full for a debt that his own men wrapped up. I'm Jeremy. This is not in the book.